Hi Rumboers, I'm Ray. Now in this video I'm going to walk you through how to teach phase 2 and phase 3 phonics because they both follow the same plan using your Rumbo phonics bundles. This video is called How in the F Do I Teach Phonics? So phase 2 is where the magic really begins. It's where children start connecting sounds to letters, so phonemes to graphemes. And building words. So the best part about this is that each session follows the same plan, the same rhythm, and the only thing that changes is the new phoneme, so the new sound each day that you're introducing. The consistency with this lesson plan helps children to feel safe, secure, confident. They know what's coming next, and then they begin to take leads and get excited about what you're about to show them. So let's start with what's inside the phase 2 and phase 3 bundles. This is a phase 2 bundle, for example, here today. So we've got your full learning experience plan. This plan, because it follows the same structure for each sound, is for the full 5 weeks. Simply change the phoneme each day. So all you have to do, print your plan out. It's 9 pages long, 1, 2, 3, 4 pages long, and that will see you through the entirety of phase 2. I can't remember how long the plan is for phase 3, perhaps the same, 3 or 4 pages long. So print it either for phase 2 or for phase 3. Now we have an all phases overview. This is the sheet that will track your progress each day and each week for all phases. Phonics all phases overview, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, on the back, phase 6. This breaks down the order in which you teach each sound in and when you teach it. So for example, phase 1 explains the different sounds. This is like pre-reading skills, identifying sounds in the environment. It's done by stages. Phase 2, we've got week 1, you teach s, a, is 1 sound per day. Week 2, you teach these sounds. Week 3, week 4, week 5, and then same for phase 3, week 1, week 2, week 3, so on and so on. It's really broken down. You will use this every time with every phase, and then you will take from this sheet. So today I'm teaching the S sound. I will then apply that into my plan. The next day, today I'm teaching A. I will then teach A using this plan. The next day I'm teaching T. You incorporate T into your plan. Next in your bundle, you will have your daily flashcards, your phonics cards for each sound. Again, it all works together. You look in your plan, you think today I'm teaching, what's there? G. You find your G card in your plan and you implement it into here. So we are teaching the phoneme G, and then we teach using this side. Okay, it's all in the plan. The next things, we have sound mats. These are for a certain activity as part of the plan of one of the apply activities. So you print these and laminate them so they can be used over and over again for games. Then we've got something that sounds strange. Your CEWs, your common exception words, and your HFWs, your high frequency words. All the vocabulary is explained on a vocabulary sheet for each phase inside each bundle. So a CEW, a common exception word, another name for a tricky word or a high frequency word that breaks phonics rules. An HFW, a high frequency word, is a word we see often in text. Some follow phonics rules and some don't. So for example, if you're teaching the word in, it can be sounded out. In, in. We can use phonics to decode that word. So it's a high frequency word, in. But words like the, the, you can't use phonics to decode some words. These are common exception words. They are exceptions to the rules. We just have to teach these words by sight. This is why Each phonics bundle will include the sound cards for teaching phonics, but then these word cards as well. Each week, again, using the overview, you look on here and it explains. So week 1, I'm introducing words I need to learn by sight, the and I. So at the end of you're introducing a new phonics sound of that day, of that week, you will introduce I think it's about 2 words a week, and children would just learn these by sight. You play games like no, cover them up, put them behind your back, different activities like this, and they just end up recognizing them. So that's how we teach common exception words or some high frequency words that don't abide by the phonics rules. And then we have your vocabulary guides, which I'm sure print it. These are the most useful things in the whole bundle. Print them, pop them up on a wall somewhere where you can easily access consistently. It explains everything, the phoneme, a single sound in speech like s, at, a grapheme, the written letter or letters that represent that sound, the pure sound, blending, segmenting, a CVC word, so a consonant vowel consonant word, tricky words, grapheme, phoneme, correspondent, high frequency words, common exception words, sound buttons, alien words, decodes and encodes. So with each phase, it comes with its own vocabulary sheet for you as well to break everything down. Now, I know it can take a little while to prepare these resources. I think this probably took me maybe maximum 2 hours one evening, maybe even less. The fact I was here, there and everywhere sorting kids out and faffing around. However, once you've printed everything, laminated it, you've got your bundles and put them into packs or envelopes, you have that's 5 weeks worth of learning. You can reuse it to play games for other children, to help with spelling. They're then done. You have those resources to help your child learn to read. So it's definitely worth to invest that little bit of time in something that's going to be so valuable that you're going to get so much out of. I'm going to explain the structure of each lesson a little bit as well. So we've looked at the overview. That's how the phases are taught, the order and the rhythm in which the phases come in, and when you're introducing each sound. This is the structure of each session itself. Each session is broken down. So at the beginning here as well, we've got preparation for phase 2 or phase 3, and then 5 weeks of learning. I think phase 3 is actually week 7. It's actually 7 weeks. So it's phase 3 is slightly longer. But again, you have your own rhythm here. You don't have to follow this rigidly. If you've done, there's usually around 4 sounds a week. But if you're away and you don't have time to do one day, you have freedom. You have the flexibility to change it and switch things around. So the structure of each session, it says preparation for your phase 2 or phase 3, which is either 5 or 7 weeks of learning. Watch the video. So how do I teach phonics? Watch the video, what is phonics? And watch how to pronounce each sound. So remember, there are other videos on how to pronounce each sound, what phonics is, and how do I teach it? What's the structure? So see this one. So you're going to print the vocabulary sheet, print the phonics phase overview, print and prepare the phonics flashcards, print and prepare the sound maps, print and prepare the common exception words, and these ones, and your high frequency words. It breaks it all down here for you and explains what you need to do before teaching. Then each session is structured exactly the same. Number 1, we review. So before each session, I don't know how many, there's a certain order to these, this isn't the order, but we go around and we play a certain game. So you consolidate what you've already learned. So you just do a flashcard game, show them this way around, and you flash through as quickly as you can. So children just have a review. So they'll be going, g, s, t. Okay, so that's our review. And it obviously explains here. You can do, there's different options there. I like to have a few different options for different people to choose and have autonomy over their learning. Then you teach. Number 2 is teach. You're going to introduce a new sound. So for example, it says here week 1 on a Monday, you might do this sound, week 2 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is a review. And then it explains how to do that. My turn, your turn. It really breaks down how you're going to structure and teach each session. For example, hold up the phase 2 or 3 phonics flashcard for the new sound, but do not say the sound. Let learners observe the picture side, encourage curiosity and help embed the grapheme visually and contextually. Ask what they notice. There's some questions here, discussion prompts. Then it's my turn. So if we're teaching this one, my turn, we'd have shown that lot. My turn, b, b, b. Your turn, then the learners say it. So we go through there. Then 3, practice. You blend sounds into words and segment words into sounds using your day's new grapheme. There's some options of things to do here and examples of how to do it. So after section 3 of practicing, we go to section 4, teaching. Recognizing tricky words by sight. So here is where we identify this week's common exception words. There's about 2 each week, so every day will be the same. Embedding, 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 over and over and over. Repetition, repetition, repetition. That's what embeds new learning. So then we introduce the new common exception words for the week. And then finally, we apply the new learning. So reading or writing new words or sentences using the new grapheme, and if you can, the common exception word and the high frequency word. And then again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples there of how you can apply the new learning. Things like simple writing, pictures and caption matches. So this is where your sound maths come in. So you may have learnt the p sound today, and you could say to your learner, can you try and write the word to match this picture? Pan, pan, pan. And they break down the word. P-a-n, p-a-n, p-an, p-an, pan. They write down pan. But it's practicing and giving, applying, giving it a go. We love mistakes. Always encourage that. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Make mistakes. You learn from mistakes. There's silly sentence building, mini dictation, and an alien word challenge. You pick whichever one suits your little learner. You know them better than anyone else. Whichever one they want to do, they can pick. And then finally, section 6 is a review. So we say, what sound did we learn today? They respond with the day's target sound. You hold your hand to your ear to signal close listening. They say it loud, say it proud. It breaks it all down here for you. And because it's the same plan for the full 5 or 7 weeks, you'll become so familiar with it in the end that you probably won't even need to use it. And your learners feel comfortable and secure in knowing what's coming next. They will have their certain activities that they love in there, I'm sure. So they'll be, so we want to do this one. So that's where you have autonomy over your learning. You can pick which activities work best for you. You can do this on the go. We've taught this before on a bus in Switzerland on our way to swim in a lake. It was just incredible. And I stuck up the phonics cards on a bus window. I took blue tack out with me. We had them stuck on the window. We were learning on our way there. Like, these can be taken anywhere with you. Go in the garden if it's nice. Travel. Go around somebody else's home. Do it with your friends or, other educators that you know. Collaborative learning. Have fun. Learning should be fun. If it's fun, then your learners will want to do it. So take your time to prepare the resources. Trust the structure. Let your child lead the way. You're not just teaching phonics, you're building confidence and independence in them. And my most important favourite thing of all, we're creating a lifelong love of learning. As you work through the weeks, I promise you, the flow will become familiar and second nature to you. both for learners and for you. Don't worry if it takes longer in the beginning. There's some guidance here on timings. Nobody sticks to the timings in the beginning. I was renowned for going over time structures when I was a teacher. My head teachers would come in, I could just talk so much, and I can't help it. But don't worry, they're a guide. As a rule, it should probably take about half an hour. If you're loving it, who's not to say that you want to take longer? You might only have 10 minutes. You might only have time to introduce the sound that day and then recap it the next day. Be flexible. You're in charge of your own learning. I'm here as a guide and as a facilitator and as a helper. Switch and change, adapt for what works best for you. But rest assured, it's all in here. It's all on here. And if you're still unsure, drop me a message. You have my email, follow the social media, DM me on there. I'm always here to give you a helping hand. You're never doing this alone. This is what Rumbo is all about. We're a community. We're doing this together. We've got a personal touch. I'm there to help. Okay? You're learning too, adults. Keep going. Happy reading.